Senate confirms Justice Kudirat Kekereekun as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Security and well-being of Nigerians top priorities for the second session of the House of Representatives.
Strategic guidance and invaluable support to Nigerian Army.
Nigerian Army involves measures to enhance troops' effectiveness at different theaters of operation. Hello and welcome to News Desk at 6 on Nta News24. We are live in Abuja. I am Nta Daniels. President Bola Tinubu has cautioned against the consequences of Africa's long-standing profile as a supplier of raw materials to countries of other continents. Extracting raw materials in Africa, he said, has continued to keep the continent in a state of poverty, making it even more underdeveloped. The Nigerian leader made the observation while delivering keynote address during the African Mineral Strategy Group meeting on the sidelines of the ongoing 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, United States. Represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the global event, the president highlighted the urgent need for the continent to break free from this dependency, stating that the extraction of raw materials without local processing only deepens Africa's underdevelopment and prolongs its economic challenges. The Nigerian leader called on African nations to adopt a new agenda that prioritizes local value addition, which he sees as essential to industrializing the continent and providing sustainable economic growth. Nigeria's Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, who also spoke at the event in his capacity as a chairman of the African Mineral Strategy Group, laid out the group's vision to transform Africa's mining industry through local value addition and industrialization. The security and well-being of Nigerians are top priorities for the second session of the House of Representatives. Speaker Tajuddin Abbas stated this in a resumption speech to lawmakers after the annual parliamentary recess, while commending President Tinubu for signing the counter-terrorism bill into law. Speaker Abbas was emphatic that the legislature will work in synergy with the executive to overcome internal security challenges.
Will positively impact the lives of all Nigerians. The House will prioritize several key bills to address critical national issues across security, governance, and environmental protection. The Armed Forces Act Amendment Bill and the Police Act Amendment Bill focus on strengthening Nigeria's security apparatus by enhancing the operational efficiency of the military and reforming the police to improve internal security. The House of Representatives will hold a high-level legislative security summit in the final quarter of this year. This summit will address Nigeria's urgent security challenges by bringing together key stakeholders.
National Assembly correspondent Mitaire Ikben reports that the House also passed resolutions seeking specific federal government interventions in Borno and other states affected by flood.
The devastation of the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, the people of Borno State, and I dare say neighboring states and neighboring countries are at high risk of disease outbreak resulting from the flooding.
Urge the Federal Ministry of Works, Northeast Development Commission, National Emergency Management Agency, and Ecological Fund Office to immediately allocate resources for the implementation of flood and mitigation measures in Shira, Gamawa, Zaki, Itas Gadau, Jama'ari, and Katagum federal constituencies in Bauchi State.
Latest update from the Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency indicates that there is a continuous increase in the water level between Thursday 19th to Tuesday 24th of September 2024 along the River Niger. The agency says there is no cause for alarm as they are in synergy with the authorities and management of Kainji and Jeba dams. They, however, advise the public and communities along the River Niger to keep away from floodplains and clear waterways. The federal government has assured improved welfare and working conditions for soldiers and officers of the Nigerian Armed Forces. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Defense, Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, gave the assurance at a news conference preparatory to the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Abuja. The ministry notes that federal government will give priority to the welfare of troops as a morale booster in the ongoing fight against banditry terrorism.
The welfare, training, and equipment needs of our troops to maintain their operational readiness and efficiency as we look forward to adopting a proactive approach to combating our security challenges by harnessing our intelligence resources and having stronger partnership with our West African neighbors in particular.
Assurance was also given to veterans that the ministry is doing everything possible within its power to address some concerns raised regarding security debarment allowance.
I've continued to interface with the veterans to ensure that communication gaps are reduced to the barest minimum to avoid restiveness. We understand there is some level of agitation among the veterans. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to the veterans that our doors are wide open for engagement and for discussion to resolve whatever that is due to you. You have served the nation and we are proud of you.
The Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration is organized annually to honor departed heroes and heroines. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Touareed Labaja, says the Nigerian Army is evolving measures to enhance the effectiveness of the troops and adoption of kinetic and non-kinetic approaches in different theaters of operation. This was during a seminar organized by the Department of Army Transformation and Innovation, Nigerian Army Headquarters, Abuja, at the 8th Division, Nigerian Army, Sokoto. Asmao Habibu Shagari reports.
Participants at the seminar are junior and middle cadre officers drawn from formations and units under 8th Division Nigerian Army Sokoto. The aim is to improve their capacity towards battle-winning mentality as a panacea for operational effectiveness. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Touareed Labaja, represented, implored the troops to key into innovations to improve their operational effectiveness to enable them discharge their constitutional duty.
Let me also use this occasion to once again thank the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his continuous strategic guidance and invaluable support to the Nigerian Army. Again, I reassure the nation of our unalloyed loyalty of the officers and men of the Nigerian Army under my watch, to the President, Commander-in-Chief, and to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Chief Officer, Department of Army Transformation and Innovation, Headquarters Abuja, Major General Zakari Abubakar, tasked the participants to pay attention and pass the knowledge acquired down to others. Papers were presented on warrior ethos and operational effectiveness, Operation Hadarin Daji in perspective, and suppression of acts of chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear terrorism, and measures to combat them. From Sokoto, Asmao Habibu Shagari, Nta News.
This is the news desk at 6 on Nta News24. Let's take a break now. More reports when we return. Thank you for joining us again. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, has directed an unconditional and comprehensive investigation into the allegations of bribery and corruption within the Nigerian Correctional Service. In a statement, the minister condemns the alleged reprehensible behavior, emphasizing that any form of indiscipline, unprofessionalism, and corruption will be met with zero tolerance and severe consequences within the paramilitary services under the ministry's purview. While reassuring the public of thorough investigation, Tunji-Ojo directs that a special team headed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, should probe these allegations and submit a comprehensive report for appropriate disciplinary actions against those found guilty. For Nigerians to be free of the burden of the high costs of transportation and the consequent ripple effects on the economy, the nation's refineries must be made fully operational in the quickest possible time. This was the focus of a media briefing in Abuja convened by the Coalition for Change in Nigeria, which says that despite the deregulation of the petroleum industry, the intended benefits are yet to be felt by Nigerians. The coalition calls for greater accountability, transparency and fairness in the administration of the nation's resources.
These refineries are essential to Nigerians' self-sufficiency in refining petroleum products. If these facilities are functioning optimally, there will be no need for blending plants for monopolistic control of refining operations in the country. In fact, both the refinery has to be competitive. We should have many of them actually functioning so that the availability can be guaranteed. And by virtue of the fact that it is competitive, you begin to see that the price will naturally fall.
They also appeal for full disclosure of expenditures committed to local refineries, as well as agreements on the Ajaokuta, Kaduna, and Kano gas pipeline projects. Financial analysts believe the recent decision of the Central Bank of Nigeria to increase its benchmark interest rate is justifiable, as it will help bring down inflation figures in the country while supporting local investors in the long run. Experts on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria are optimistic that the Apex Bank is on the right track of solving Nigeria's economic challenges. Oluseye Adiagbo has details.
Public debt is 121.67 trillion, and if you convert it to dollar, it's $91.46 billion. I believe that you all know that the inflation rate decelerated from the last MPC from 34.19%. It decelerated to 32.15%.
Dr. Ladi Balakefi, Monetary Policy Department, CBN, reeling out Nigeria's current inflation figures and out decisions of the nation's Apex Bank will bring stability to the economy as well as build confidence and trust of the international community.
We're operating negative real interest rate now, but despite that, we're still able to attract FPIs.
We have to appreciate two things from the bank. Nations that have confidence in central bank. All of us in Nigeria have confidence in the bank. I am happy that the bank is hiking the MPR by 50 basis.
The financial experts on the program believe the bank's decision is narrowing gaps in interest rates. They also highlighted other measures that can aid efforts targeted at controlling inflation and excess liquidity.
So if we need to address the deficit, more or less, in the system, we need to be practical about it. There is no way, we don't have an economically productive, environment.
There are two people that are hostage to the impact of inflation: the common man and the corporate community. Now, the common man, fiscal policy has come to the rescue. Okay, they are buying health, education, food, utility bills, remove VAT on those. They've done that. Are they going to implement it?
In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, Nta News.
The Pervasive and Mobile Computing Research Group of Obafemi Awolowo University formally requests Nigeria Communications Commission to release findings of 2022 study on the telecommunications competition landscape in the country. The Specialized Research Unit of Africa Center of Excellence, ACE, ICT-driven Knowledge Park, and the institution, coordinated by Professor Adeniro Oluwaranti, underscores PMCRG's commitment to driving transparency and innovation in Nigeria's rapidly evolving ICT sector. NCC engaged a globally renowned consultant firm, PricewaterhouseCoopers, in 2022 to assess competition in the critical areas of collation and infrastructure sharing within the telecom industry, and the non-disclosure of their findings has limited the support for academic research, policy formation, and industry-wide innovations, and slowed progress in the telecom industry. The research group expresses optimism that the findings, when released, will contribute significantly in improving regulatory frameworks and driving innovation in areas of 5G and 6G networks, cybersecurity, and rural connectivity in Nigeria. An election observer, Yaga Africa, and its partners have presented a citizens' memorandum for reform of the electoral legal framework to the public. Timothy Yusuf reports that the memorandum contains proposals for Nigeria's electoral reforms under the European Union's support for democratic governance and will be submitted to the National Assembly.
37 recommendations across 15 strategic objectives and addressing 16 priority reform areas is the content of the proposed legal framework. The recommendations focus on constitutional and electoral act amendments to address major challenges posing a threat to Nigeria's democratic practice and elections in the Fourth Republic.
These proposals aim to strengthen the independence of INEC, improve the processes for electoral adjudication, and refine key constitutional provisions to ensure fairness, transparency, and inclusivity in our electoral process.
The reform will eliminate ambiguities in the Electoral Act 2022 and align the legal framework with landmark judicial rulings by introducing clearer procedures for result transmission and the role of technology.
Deepening citizens' confidence and public trust, integrity and inclusivity, among other issues, inspired the Citizens' Memorandum for reform of the Electoral Legal Framework Initiative.
Electoral reform is a key area of advocacy for all the organizations here, so it's not going to stop. It's just to inform you about what we have done in the last 1 year after the elections. All the recommendations are contained in this document.
15 coalition of civil society organizations and election observer groups endorsed the Citizens' Memorandum for reform of the Electoral Legal Framework. Timothy Yusuf, Nta News.
Let's take this message on the 64th independence anniversary of our dear nation.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Chairman Interministerial Committee on Nigeria's 64th Independence Anniversary, Senator George Akume FNIM-CON, wishes to announce the programs lined up for the celebration of Nigeria's 64th Independence Anniversary with the theme, Reflecting on the Past, Inspiring the Future, as follows. World Press Conference, Thursday, 26th September 2024. Venue, National Press Center, Radio House, Garki, Abuja. Time 10 a.m. Special Jumu'at prayers, Friday, 27th September 2024. Venue, National Mosque, Abuja. Time 1 p.m. Interdenominational Church Service, Sunday, 29th September 2024. Venue, National Christian Center, Abuja. Time 10 a.m. Presidential broadcast, Tuesday, 1st October 2024. Time 7 a.m. 64th Independence Anniversary Parade, Tuesday, 1st October 2024. Venue, Presidential Villa. Time 10 a.m. All invited guests are to be seated by 9 a.m. Announcer Mohammed Idris FNIPR, Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, and Chairman, Media and Publicity Subcommittee.
This is the news desk at 6 on Nta News24. Let's take a quick look at the major news highlights. The Senate confirms Justice Kudirat Kekereekun as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Security and well-being of Nigerians are top priorities for the second session of the House of Representatives.
Continuous strategic guidance and invaluable support to the Nigerian Army.
Nigerian Army evolves measures to enhance troops' effectiveness at different theaters of operation.
This is Nta News24.
Sports is next.
Chidera Ejuke scored his first goal for Sevilla as his late strike earned them a 2-1 home win against Real Valladolid in Tuesday's La Liga game. Ejuke, who replaced Sevilla legend Jesus Navas in the 61st minute, got the winning goal in the 85th minute. Kelechi Iheanacho was in the starting 11 for the La Liga outfit before going off for Suso on 62 minutes. It was a return to winning ways for the Europa League record holders following a 2-1 away loss to Alaves.
Meseguer ran into trouble and he might be punished. Here's Ejuke. Ejuke scores for Sevilla. They're back in front. Chimera Ejuke.
In Italy, Ademola Lookman came off the bench to score for Atalanta, but it was too little too late as they fell to a 3-2 defeat at home to newly promoted Como in Tuesday's Serie A game. Lookman was brought on 10 minutes into the game when Atalanta were 2-1 down. He pulled a goal back for Atalanta after converting from the penalty spot in the 99th minute. But the goal only served as consolation as Como held on to secure the 3 points.
Lookman scores. It's their time for an equaliser.
In tennis,
what a good volley it was
US
too.
Open champion Marin Cilic became the lowest-ranked player to win an ATP Tour title with an emotional victory.
That's the one that troubles him. Remember, said that's going to trouble a lot of people.
Cilic, who started the tournament at 777th in the world, has spent the majority of the past 2 seasons out with a knee injury, which required multiple surgeries.
It will be Cilic.
Hard to play in Hangzhou. The former world number
First
3
point against serve in the tiebreak.
22 months before this week. He beat home favourite Zhang Zizhen 7-6, 7-6.
It is Marin Cilic. It is an early birthday present for Marin Cilic.
Thank you, Daniel, for this update. And that concludes the news desk at 6 on Nta News24. Thank you for watching. I am Minna Daniels.